I want to ride or die. I want that good morning text when you're sleeping right beside me. I want the breakfast in bed. I want to make dinners together. I want to sit on the front porch and listen to the locusts while we're having a glass of wine. That's what I want. I want a companion to travel with. I want someone that loves to go out to eat once a week, maybe, to a nice restaurant. I'm not talking like fancy schmancy. I mean, to a nice restaurant. Have a glass of wine, have a cocktail, have dinner. Just enjoy the evening. That's what I want. I want someone that'll open up my car door. That's what I want. Yeah. I don't think I'm asking for much, but it sure feels like it. Sure does. I want someone to golf with on Sundays. I'm 54. I don't know. I don't know where they are. I just don't know.
All right, Colleen, you said you're 54 and you don't know where they are? Well, this girl is going to help you out. I'll tell you where they are. They're about 30 years in your past where you left them on red. When you didn't return their phone calls, when you didn't return their emails, when you didn't return anything. You're saying that you don't think you're asking much, but it seems that you are? Oh, yeah, you are. Because this entire rant that you said was all about me, me, me. I want this, I want that, I want that, I want that. But you didn't say not one dang thing that you offered. What do you bring to the table? Oh, your wants. That's what you're bringing. I didn't hear not one thing that you're offering anybody. And seriously, at 54 years old, and you're looking for somebody like this? Are you trying to tell the whole world in this little TikTok video you put together that in 54 years of this earth, you have not found anyone to share your life with? Are we to believe that you haven't had one serious relationship in 54 years? Or let me guess, yeah, you had a serious relationship, but your ex was toxic. He was abusive some kind of way. You had to leave him. Yeah, that's the generic song and dance we hear all the time. This girl is not saying you said it. This girl is saying that he wouldn't be surprised if you did say it. Listen, Queen, I'm going to throw you a bone here. Here's a little bit more insider information that may help you out. You see, the men that could do all these things that you said, go out to nice restaurants, travel the world with, buy some wine, and whatnot, are they out there? Yes, they are. Are they interested in you? More than likely, no, they're not. You see, a guy in his early to mid 50s, or even his late 50s, that is probably the kind of guy that you want, guess where he's at? He's dating women in their 30s or younger. He's dating women in their late 20s, mid 20s, because the guy you described is the exact same kind of guy that those women want. I mean, don't act like when you were in your 20s and your 30s, you weren't attracted to older men. You weren't attracted to those guys who were more experienced than you, who had traveled more, who had more money, and they seemed, more confident. Yeah, guess what? Right now, as we speak, there is a woman who's 30 years old, there's a woman who's 25 years old, that is thinking the exact same thing that you thought. And that's who you're competing against to get these guys that you want, that you don't think you're asking for much. Yes, you are, because you're not offering much. In fact, you're not offering anything. But don't worry, Colleen. There is a chance that you're going to find a couple guys out there that will go on dates with you. The only thing is, they're not going to want anything serious with you. I mean, they're basically going to give you a tour of Pound Town. Before we move on, I want to say thank you, fam, to all of my subscribers for supporting this channel. I truly appreciate all of you who leave comments, who like my videos, and share them on other social media platforms. I truly gotta say thanks, fam. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, I thank you for tuning in, and I hope you decide to hit that subscribe button. Moving on.
Question for single men. What is your thought on dating a woman that has children? That can be 1, that can be 4, whatever. Is it a hard no for you? Do you not care? Is it dependent upon what that lady's life is like that she can take care of her own children on her own without you? What are some factors that go into it? Also, if it's a hard no, I'm really curious to know, do you have children? Also, what is your age? As you get older, I would assume if you're wanting women the same age as you or around there, a lot of them are going to have children. They will have been divorced. if they're in their late 30s and they don't, or they've never been married or whatever, and I think the same for men, kind of a red flag. So curious on men's opinions on this. Women with children, do they care? Will they date them? Is that an obstacle, or does it not matter? Let me know in the comments.
I don't believe I heard you correctly.
Oh, fam, I gotta say, this is just an example of how modern day women are so disconnected from how modern day men think, or not even modern day, just men in general. I mean, now, before I get into that, men tend to know women more than women know men. Why is that? Because men have to understand women in order to date them. Women, you just do what you usually do. You want to stand there and want to get a man to approach. So let me get into answering your questions. Is dating a woman with kids 1 through 4 a problem? Or is there no problem dating them? Okay, starting off, Queen, you gotta understand, men and women don't see dating the same way. Women, for the most part, see dating as a path going straight into a serious relationship. Men don't see it that way. Men could date you and it could either go to a serious relationship or it could just be like, for fun only kind of dating. And when men date women with kids, it mostly falls in the for fun only category. Rarely do they want to take on another man saved game. And when you said, oh yeah, when like men get older like women and you want to date someone your same age, I guess kids are not going to be a problem. See, that's the issue right there. You're seeing this through a complete female lens. Men, the older men get, the less they're going to be willing to put up with your baggage, i.e., the more they want to date younger women. A man who is your age, he's going to be looking for a woman who's 10 years his junior, at least. So a queen in her 50s thinking, well, there's a guy in his 50s wants to date a woman in his 50s. Guy in his 50s probably wants to date a woman no older than her early 40s, preferably in her 30s. And the other thing that you said, well, you know, if she's in her 40s and she's never been married, that's a definite red flag. Again, female logic, not a man's logic. Hold up. So you actually believe that if you were married and you divorced your husband and you took him for half his stuff and got him for alimony, that's not a red flag? You showing that you cannot commit for the rest of your life in a serious relationship? That's a green flag? But someone who's never actually done that to a man? Oh, that's gotta be a red flag. Sheesh, sister. Wake up and smell what you're shoveling. Moving on.
Let me tell you about my deal breakers. 1, men with really young kids. Okay, I'm 52. I have a 14-year-old. Most people my age, or a lot of people my age, have kids that are in college and they're empty nesters. So they may not want to date me with a 14-year-old, and I totally get it. I would never get offended. But recently on Facebook dating, I saw a guy who was like 57 or 58 with a 2-year-old. Absolutely not. No. No, no, no. No toddlers, no diapers, no. So that's a huge deal breaker. I actually don't want to date anyone with kids younger than my 14-year-old, but I would consider it if I really liked them. But there's no way I would ever consider dating someone with a 2-year-old. What? No. Okay, so that's one deal breaker. Next deal breaker. If the man does not like dogs. My dog is like everything to me, as you guys know if you watch my videos, so absolutely not. If you don't like dogs, that's my second deal breaker. No, you don't like dogs, I don't like you. Deal breaker number 3 for me, if you're super religious. We're just not going to be a match. I'm not religious, so if you are, I just don't think we should date because I'm not, and neither one of us are probably going to be happy with each other. Number 4 deal breaker, you don't use proper spelling or grammar. This is just a pet peeve of mine. You might be like the nicest person ever, but if you don't know the difference between your and your, or two and two, or there and there, that's a deal breaker. I'm sorry. And number 5 deal breaker, I probably have a lot more, but these are just my top 5. If you're rude to wait staff, if you're rude to a hostess, if you're rude to anybody when we go out, complete deal breaker. That's just awful. And if you're rude to them, you're not for me.
You know what? Wow.
All right, Colleen, you have your own deal breakers. And you know what? This girl's going to start off saying that everybody is entitled to their own deal breakers. That's not the end-all, be-all thing in relationships. But one thing you have to keep in mind, see, if you have deal breakers, that means that men will have deal breakers on you as well. So if you want them to be flexible in accepting your flaws, you have to be flexible back. So let's take a look at your deal breakers. Your first one is no young kids. Off rip. I find this one just ironically hilarious. Let me get this straight. 99.9% of all the single moms out there complain that men don't date them because they are single mothers, and how men have low emotional IQ, are immature, call them every name under the sun, and try to gaslight them into dating single mothers because single mothers are wonderful to date. But when the shoe is on the other foot, oh, it's a deal breaker. Nope. Maybe if your kids were older, 14, I could say that maybe, but no way. Sure, that's special and unique. Not. All right, your number 2, it does not like dogs. Fair enough. This gorilla likes dogs too. And if you're saying that a guy that is going to have access to your 50-year-old plus box must like the dog too, oh well, to each their own. Number 3, super religious. Hey, you know what? Dare I give it to this queen? She's absolutely right. That is a hot button that I'm not going to press. And if I'm not going to press it, I can't blame her for not wanting to press it either. Number 4, spelling or grammar. So hold up. A deal breaker is if a guy is not a good speller, like he misspelled some words. So obviously that's the important thing here. That's got to be a deal breaker. But the fact that he looks at your wrinkles and says, yeah, your wrinkles are a deal breaker. Oh, that's so shallow. Sure, Queen, you keep going. And number 5, rude to the staff. Got a question there. How exactly can you hold a guy being rude to the staff as a deal breaker to him when you're not paying the bill? The way I see it, if you're not willing to go 50-50, that's a deal breaker within itself. Let alone even question the guy who's footing the whole bill if he's going to be a tad bit rude or not. Moving on.
Today is my 54th birthday, and I'm out here doing what I love. Something I didn't think I would ever do. You know, I'm out here in the mountains running for my birthday, because I run on my birthday every year. But I'm definitely feeling all the feelings today. You know, I moved from Kansas to Oregon back in May. And today's August 13th. And it's so beautiful here. My entire life, I've always said, I love being alone. I can do anything alone. So here I am, alone on my birthday. So I need to change what I tell myself. I don't want to be alone. Never thought in a million years that on my 54th birthday, I would be alone. I am excited for the day I meet somebody that loves this, is an active person, you know, loves trail running, hiking, all the outdoor stuff. I mean, I'm not relying on them to make me happy, but damn, it would be good to have somebody to share this with. It's so beautiful. My sister called me while I was running to wish me a happy birthday. And she's like, would you consider getting on a dating app? I'm like, oh my God, no. I want to meet someone organically. I'm a relationship person. I'm not a dater. So knowing that, it's like, I can't start dating knowing that I just want to be in a relationship and I'm really not quite ready for a relationship.
Hold up a second there, Queen. Yeah, you're telling us that on your 54th birthday, your entire life, you said that you were happy being alone, but now that you turn 54, you're shocked and shaken that you're alone? I mean, you followed the boss babe mentality. You don't need no man, right? So why are you crying about that now? Oh, you're lonely now. And you said that you want to get a man, but you don't want to get on the dating apps. Hey, you know what? You chose the bear, right? And you're out in the woods already, and you said that you want to meet a man organically. You know what? There's a higher chance of you meeting a bear out there than a man. Here's a really crazy thought that maybe it didn't cross your mind. How small of a dating pool are you going to have if you're going to require that the guy that you're going to be with has got to go up there and hike and run with you? I mean, your dating pool is super small now, and you just shrunk it more to the size of a kiddie pool. This gorilla doesn't like to be cruel, but he is honest. And the way you're going, you're really not going to find anyone. I'm sorry. The chances of you finding someone that's going to fit your criteria, and it's obvious that you're a picky person, is like 1 in 100,000. And you may find a guy and he'll probably check off 80% of the stuff on your list. But because of that last 20%, you're going to discard him. Like, nope. He's got to be my perfect prince. He's got to like the things I like, and he's got to do the things I like to do. I'm sorry, but usually when this gorilla sees cases like these, queens in their 50s like you, who end up alone, have been alone for a long time, it usually is because your standards are way too high. I mean, you're demanding a lot more than you can pull. Using the word picky is not enough to describe you. And the worst part of it is that you actually think that you deserve and qualify for this guy that you're so picky about, when you don't. You priced yourself out of the market a while back. Let me put it this way. The guy that you want to be with, he's with a 35-year-old right now. If a guy is in his 50s and he keeps himself in good shape and he's hiking in the mountains and all that, why would he want to be with a 54-year-old queen when him being that attractive can pull in a 35-year-old, a 30-year-old, a 25-year-old? You see, this recipe that you use for your organic person finding a relationship kind of thing, it's nothing but a disaster. You think you're making chocolate mousse when you're actually making a mud pie. But don't worry, Colleen. You can look forward to the rest of your birthday being all alone and dreaming about Mr. Perfect. At least you have your dreams.
Game over, man. It's game over.
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.